Hello, we're here with Chris Windom, your 2020 USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Champion, and we're going to do a special presentation here. Chris, congratulations on your terrific season.
Appreciate it.
How good does it feel to finally be able to hoist that in your arms?
It's a pretty cool feeling. You know, I was thinking about it when I first started USAC racing. I never really thought anything about the Triple Crown. It's kind of something that came in my later days. I ran midgets to start off, and then kind of turned into mainly a sprint car guy. So it wasn't until just a few years ago I really got the itch to want to go after the midget title, and you know, to be able to do that with Chad Boat and those guys is pretty special because, you know, I think you can tell the kind of equipment they've brought, and you know how Chad's stepped out of the driver's seat and into the owner's seat and brought the equipment to do this. So to do it with them our first year together, it's pretty special.
And what's been the difference these last few years? Improved. You've had a lot of midget experience before that. You won on your 102nd start, but just picked up your game, became consistent. You've always been consistent, but picking that game up in the midgets over these past few years. What's been the difference in that?
I mean, just, you know, getting seat time in a good midget again. You know, I'd been out of midget racing for 5-6 years, and you know, the equipment and the teams and the drivers are so good now that you've got to be in a top-notch car and you got to be on top of your game. And you know, I got back with Clausen Marshall the first year, and you know, we had a good season. It wasn't great, but I learned a lot with them, and they helped me a lot. And transitioning into you know, the Tucker Boat deal last year was huge. You know, I'd been watching, you know, how good of stuff Chad was bringing to the track and how meticulous they were on everything, and I thought it was the right move to go over there, and you know, it paid off.
And of course, the career Triple Crown after winning the championship and Silver Crown in 2016, the sprint cars 2017, the midgets here. The names are the greatest in the sport, but you to join those names and winning this career Triple Crown, I mean, has that settled in itself? Just looking at those names, and there's Chris Windom.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been such a strange year for all of us that I don't know if it's completely settled in. You normally, when we get to go to the banquet in December and see everybody, it kind of settles in there, and we obviously didn't get to do that this year, so that was a bummer. But to be able to, you know, receive this still and be able to put my name on that list, it's pretty crazy to sit and think about. You know, like I said, it wasn't something that was really even on my radar when I started, and to you know, realize how much it really takes from drivers and teams and everyone that's backed me throughout the years to get to this point. It's a really special feeling, and I'm honored to be able to do it for all those people and for myself, and you know, everyone that's been there for me.
And not only winning the midget championship, but second in the sprint cars, third in the Silver Crown. That's only been done a few times in the history of the sport too. So just a very balanced season, and you know, being able to jump back and forth in these cars, and you've done it for many years now, but I mean, how hard is it to jump from one car to the next and be successful with 3 different teams as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the toughest part. The jumping back and forth between cars, you know, after you've done it for few amount of years, it's not that difficult to jump back and forth, but doing it with different teams and different crew chiefs and, you know, different ways that guys set cars up is the difficult part. And you know, everyone at some point struggles with that, and we had our struggles last year, but like you said, it turned out to be a consistent season across the board in all 3 series. And you know, that's not even really so much me, just the guys that I come to the track with bring cars, and I'm able to jump in and do that, because if you don't have the cars, you know, you're not going to be able to do that no matter how good you are. So you know, it's a combined deal from everybody, and I'm just privileged to be able to drive all these nice race cars.
And not only successful in all 3 series, winning the championship, but also picked up the Mike Curb total points throughout the 3 series, the most in that, and also the Pro Source Passing Master Challenge, which you've had. You passed well over 200 cars. It's about 100 more than the next closest person. Just you had to work a lot to do that. So you not only ran up front, but you had to work from behind. Just how do you enjoy passing all those cars, or does it just?
No, I don't really. It's not something I want to win, but it's awesome to win that. You know, Buck Rice has stepped up for, you know, however many years I can remember to put money towards all the USAC deals, and that's, you know, it's greatly appreciated. And like I said, it's not really something you start the year off wanting to win that award, because that normally means you're coming from the back a lot. But you know, it's where I've struggled some, and, you know, the qualifying a lot, and able to win that through that and still have good finishes is good. But I hope that next year I get to start up front a lot more than what I did this past year, and as well as the Mike Curb Super License. That's always a big help. You know, it's cool that's the first time I've won that award, and like you said, it's just being able to run 3 different types of cars that I can run up front in all 3 series is, you know, what put me in that position.
And coming off a championship year, like you mentioned, qualifying a little better, but is that the main improvement you want to make in your team, or are there other aspects you think you could, you know, capitalize on?
There's always stuff we can all work on. You know, we got to be better at a few tracks that we weren't that good at last year, but this is, you know, I mean, it's not a new season for the midget deal. It's the same team, but last year, I guess, was a new season for me with the midget and the sprint car, with, you know, working with Hayward Motorsports and with Chad Boat and them. So this year, you know, we've got a year under our belt, and I think we're going to come back even stronger than what we were last year. And you know, that definitely helps to have that year under your belt when you come back and have the same equipment, same guys, same teams. So I think that will definitely help. But you know, I've got to work on qualifying a little bit and get starting towards the front to you know, because it just makes it hard. There's so many good guys now that it's tough to come from more, you know, outside the 3rd or 4th row and win a lot of races throughout the year without starting in the top 3 rows. So got to get better at that, but I definitely think we're going to be there this year.
And all the rewards and all the accolades, but what keeps the fire burning for Chris Windom? What's next in USAC racing, and what's the next big thing you want to accomplish?
I'm just, you know, I'm very passionate about racing, and I'm a very competitive person. So, you know, just I'm there to win every night, and that feeling you get when you win races or championships or anything is just not something you can get anywhere else. I mean, at least I've never experienced it in life. So I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. You know, this is what I love to do, and the reward of winning, and, you know, winning with you guys that work hard and sitting here building these race cars in these shops is what makes it even more special. And
as we're in the Hayward Motorsports shop now, moving on to the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car season, like with your midget team, CB Industries, it's your 2nd year with this team. What is the big difference between year 1 and year 2, being with a team?
I mean, it's a lot. You know, we brought Austin Winrick is with us this year, and, you know, before it was always just me and Derek Claxton, and it's all 3 of us working together now. So that was a little bit of a learning curve. You know, we switched up our shock program this past year, and that was a learning curve. You know, we're on the same race cars, same shocks, and now we got the same guys for 2 years in a row, and that's kind of something I haven't had other than when I was with Baldwin's. You know, I haven't been with the same guys multiple years in a row and have the same exact equipment, and, you know, getting a year under our belt to learn. And, you know, with how this season went, we kind of had to cram races in when we could, and, you know, didn't have a lot of time to experiment with stuff. So, you know, I think we've got a really good package rolling into this year, and you know, I'm excited for it. I think like I said, we're going to be even better than we were last year.
And going down to Florida, last time you were there in the midget, you were the winner, and been great there in the sprint car over the years. But how excited are you to get things going down there in Bubba Raceway Park in February?
Very excited. It feels like we haven't had much of an off season, but I'm already getting bored, ready to go back racing again. So we're heading out this weekend, and we'll be there next week with the midgets and sprint cars, and I'm excited. We've had a lot of success at Ocala the last few years in the midget and the sprint cars, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, we get a practice night to see where we shake out, but you know, I think we'll be good.
All right. There's your 2020 USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Champion, Chris Windom, and we'll see you at Bubba Raceway Park in February.